Okay, we're out of the low pressure boiler room now. The area we're in right now is 11 and 12, 23 and 24 boilers. This part of the building was shut down in the early 1980s. Down here you can see the boiler operator's control room where they used to sit. That's where these guys used to drink their beer and eat their pizza. This is the view looking up on the side of the boiler. And again, you can see that it's just an asbestos nightmare everywhere. This is the steam pressure gauge. Told you how much pressure you had in the header on one of the boilers. Obviously it isn't working too good anymore. This is the control boards for number 23 and 24 boilers. And again, this place sure could use a paint job. On the other side of the wall here we have the control boards for number 11 and 12 boilers. These are called Republic flow meters. I have no idea what the hell they did, but they must have been awful important because people used to spend 8 hours a day looking at them. The noise you hear is coming from the PA speaker. One of the very few PA circuits that still work in the building. This is the desk that the operators used to sit at. I don't know if they got anything interesting in here or not. Nice place to eat your lunch. This is the oldest freight elevator in the building. When I came to work here 25 years ago, this thing was condemned at that time. I can imagine what it must be like inside there now. Here's an interesting sticker that I put on a fountain here 20 years ago. Got it from my buddy in a gas station. It says price includes 12 cents tax on each gallon. When you buy your gasoline today, the tax is 30 cents a gallon just for the state of Connecticut. Dirty, rotten bastards. And what do we have here? This is the control room for 25, 26, and 27 boilers. If you look at the little ocean in front of me here, you'll see we've obviously got a problem with the roof in this area of the building. Well, let's take a walk in here and see what it looks like. Here we are in 26 boiler room. Judging from the magazines laid out here, I guess these guys had a hell of a lot to do when they were on the job. This whole room has about 2 inches of water on the floor. Okay, this next area we're going to go into is the results laboratory. All you gotta do is take one look at this place. And it looks like the result of a bomb going off. It's hard to believe that you could eat off the floor in this place one time. Let's take a walk in the boss's office and see what's going on. Very, very sloppy, guys. Very, very sloppy. Here's a view of the infamous hellhole on the other side of the harbor. Every bit of paint that you see peeling in this building is lead paint. This is the area outside of 26, 25, 27 boiler control rooms. Oh, anybody want a candy bar? Fresh candy. You can see this through the light glare, but if you can see that the employees have been having some fun with the windows around here. This is the old boiler maintenance shop. This is where they fixed everything on the boilers that broke. Let's see if any of the machines still working here. This is a large 3-phase 440 volt grinding wheel. And look at that, it still works. Here's an antique drill press. And that still works. It's got a little problem with the belt though. And here we have the boiler repair shop boss's office. Yep, that's a typical UI company boss's office. Oh, all these old books, they smell so good now. There's the boss's calendar. Let's go check out the locker room and see if they're keeping it clean for the boys. Oh boy, oh boy. I just like to take a dump of that thing. If only you could find a market for used lead paint. This is the switchgear room for number 10 generator. And it pretty much looks like all the rest of the building. Nice heater. Here you can see one of the circuit breakers still in its cubicle. Got a little sign on the wall here. I don't know if you can read it. It says, "Here lays Jack Williams." I guess this is where one of his beds were. This is a room that the guys built so they could have a place to eat their lunch in. This is a stone that they put in the wall. Somebody that works for the UI company did the engraving on this stone, but I can't remember who it is. And this is 26 boiler. This was the station's biggest boiler. This is the battery room for 23 and 24 boiler. And what a mess it is. This is a whole bunch of crap that the meter department and the collectors dumped here. All customer records that go all the way back to the 1950s. These are the ID fans for number 25 boiler. And number 27 boiler. Big GE motors. This is the door out to the turbine room roof. It's all roped off here because the roof is unsafe. So we're going to open the door and take a look out, but we're not going out on the roof. Okay, we're outside in the turbine room roof. About 100 feet in the air. Nice breeze up here. You can see the problems with the roof here. There's literally trees growing out of it. There's a nice weed garden growing out of the roof. In the background you can see the coal transfer house from Bridgeport Harbor Station. These are the ventilators on the turbine room roof. And if you look close over here, you can see why the roof leaks. And you'll also see the reason why I ain't going to go out there and walk around on it. Down this passageway, there's a little doorway that leads up to the old coal bunkers. We're going to take a walk up there and see what it looks like. Somebody's got plywood over the top of the door. Let me go up and see if the plywood will move. Okay, we're up in the coal bunkers. This is at the very top of the building. These are the old belts that used to carry the coal. Pretty dark up here. There's not much I can do about it because there's no power in this part of the building. Okay, this is the top of the low pressure boiler silos, and these have all been filled in with the cement, or actually they've been filled in with ash and clinkers and have a concrete cap put over them. This over here, you can see this big hole. This is the hopper that collapsed downstairs. That was what the big pile of ash was down there. This is where it came from. We're out over the oldest part of the building here, the low pressure coal bunkers. I'm going to keep the camera running while we walk along here. I can actually feel the steel gratings bending under my feet. The place is in such poor condition. Looking off to the side, all of the windows have rotted away. There's nothing left in them, just some rusted steel frames. And the other side is pretty much the same. The roof is full of holes. This is where all the water came from downstairs that I was walking through. This is one of the old switches that stopped and started the belts. If you look out the window here, you can see what's left of a ventilator fan down there. Not much. Look right through the side of the building and see the harbor. That's Silco Terminal over there. There's a big tanker in there. He's probably unloading bananas and cocaine. Here's something you won't see anymore. This is a classic tool from yesteryear. This is the pulley that used to open all these windows. It was all hooked up through rods and linkages. I don't know whether it ran by an electric motor or whether you cranked it by hand. But I do know they don't make anything like this anymore.